What's going on, y'all? I'm Miabelle. We doing SOB live with Nasty C, straight out of South Africa. We bringing it to New York. The project is amazing. It's titled I Love It Here, and you already know I love it here. Let's go. Nasty C, let's go.
How you guys feeling tonight, man? Good!
First of all, y'all see that we got the band stuff set up, right? Because you might get some live music a little later, you know that, right? But first, we got to dig into the business, man! I want you guys to really, really leave here feeling like you know Nasty C, okay? What does Top Back mean to you?
The beginning of my life, pretty much. That's my first music memory, and that's the song that made me start writing and producing.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
So, at this time, what else were you listening to in South Africa? What was the energy like growing up? You know, give us kind of the picture of everything that you were seeing growing up, looking around, and then you hear something like Top Back that kind of influences you to, you know, go full throttle with your musical talents.
So I think around the time I was like 9 years old, going on to like 10, and I never really paid attention to music as much. So there's a lot of like, I'm from Durban, so it's very drum heavy, house music heavy. And obviously, like, our parents played a lot of, like, Luther Vandross, Tamia, stuff
Come
like
on,
that.
the R&B joint, that's me, is that you?
So, yeah, it was always stuff like that. And then, off the Top Back, obviously, I started doing my own research, downloading, like, Lil Wayne mixtapes, illegally at the time. But, yeah, so, like, I started listening to a lot of Wayne, a lot of Busta Rhymes, Slaughterhouse, fucking Chris Brown, and like just everything else after that. Yeah.
And I know that a friend of yours is also someone who kind of pushed the narrative of you making music too. So, for those of you who don't know, I interviewed Nasty C last year and I got all up in his business and I asked him who the first person was that confirmed that he actually had talent. Because sometimes we need to hear it to know that we can do it, right? Yeah. Now, who was that first person for you?
So that called Teddy Max.
Oh.
Yeah, it was my photographer for the longest of time. I was just trying to keep it close, really. He wasn't even into photography all that much, but I needed to travel with him everywhere I went because he was just like such a confidence booster for me. You know, he was the guy who was always just like giving me the pep talks if I was like too nervous or whatever. So in order for me to keep him very close and travel the world with him, I made him my photographer. And yeah, he's been my boy, man.
And when you finally crossed over and said that music is something that you're going to do in your career for real, what was that energy? And what kind of made you say, I'm going to take this on full throttle?
I think I really started taking it like seriously when I was 16 years old. I just felt like I had a lot to say, you know, just as like growing up as a teenager, you go through a lot of shit, like going from one school to another, meeting these people, that people, starting to like girls a lot, like, you know. So I felt like I had a lot to say, and I was putting out tapes like very frequently, and I'm getting a lot of people come up to me and tell me that they relate so much to my music because I'm speaking about pretty much the same thing that they're going through, you know. So that's when I was like, all right. Plus, I'm a very shy, timid person, so that's my only way to get my voice out there, you know. Yeah.
The fact that you're this shy, timid person who put out this amazing album with all of your business laid out on the table is something that we're also enamored by, and I can't wait till, you know, we go through a few of the tracks just so we can get in your head and what you were feeling. And I also want to know too, what kind of gets you in that creative zone? For someone who's shy and timid, what do you need to open up in that space?
When it comes to making music, I don't need anything really. You know, as long as I have beats, I think I'm good. But so I need a little liquor sometimes.
What you like to drink?
I like drinking Henny a lot.
Hennessy. I'm a tequila girl.
I'm a Henny girl.
You a Henny girl? She got that. She finished. Somebody get her a shot of Henry. It's on me. Who else? Okay, so that kind of warms you up in the studio. Now, what about production on this project? I've been asking everybody on your team, who are the producers? Could you give us a little bit of everything?
So first and foremost is DJ Khalil, who is a legend. You know, he's worked with every one of my idols, man. Fucking from Kendrick Lamar to Eminem and stuff like that. And I met him in LA, and we kicked it off so well, man, and the chemistry was great. So I decided I wanted to make him the executive producer for my album. So I flew down to SA. We were in Cape Town for about a month just to finish the record and just take it across the finish line. And along with that, we had a couple of my favorite producers from London, from Africa too, from LA. We had Tiggy over there. We had the Elements over there. We had Sammy Soso. Had a lot of people.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, between the time of Ivy Sun Tour, that project, and I Love It Here, I mean, a lot of artists sometimes wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years before they drop something else. For you, it's only been what, a year and some change?
Yeah. But that was a mistake. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do that too. I wait like 2 years, 3 years, you know? Just because I feel like an album is a very delicate thing, man, you know? Especially for someone like me who puts all his business out there. I feel like I need to wait till I experience, till I feel like I've experienced enough stuff to put out something that's fresh and speak about things that people didn't know about me. Otherwise, I'd just be giving you the same shit over and over again. Yeah.
And on the project, you say so much. And that's what makes me wonder, what did you go through? You went through all of this?
So much. And I held back. Because it's like a lot of the stuff I didn't want to expose certain people. I didn't want to piss some people off and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was very safe, but I was still very open and vulnerable at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I want to talk about the tracks on the project too. When I turned I Love It Here on the intro, I can feel your pain. I can feel a lot of the things that you've been through. You lost your mother at a very young age. I kind of want you to speak on that because I know that grief and, losing people that you love is something that we all are familiar with. Is that true? Yeah? So speak on that.
So I lost my mother when I was 11 months, right? And so that means I don't have any kind of memory of her. I didn't even know her face until I was like maybe 16. That's when they started showing me pictures of her, But the one picture that I had of hers for the longest, and that was the only image that I had of her, was like her passport, and that was it. So it was just like it was very tough. Because I had a lot of stepmothers too.
That's how they get down in South Africa?
Yeah,
I was a Rolling Stone. Was y'all daddy's Rolling Stones? So was mine. God bless my father's soul in heaven, but he was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, so it was tough, man. But she was always like, I always looked at her as like my guardian angel. Every time I prayed, I made sure to mention her and ask her for like guidance and blessings and stuff like that. So every now and then I'll feel that void, but for the most part, I always feel like she's always with me, next to me.
Absolutely. And then from there, we go into Endless, where it brings up the energy in such a beautiful way. Flygerian, let's do it, man. The #1 album in South Africa. Let's make it the #1 album in America. And before we get up out of here, we gotta pay respect to a legend that is in the building tonight. He spent some time with Nasty C while he was in New York City. And it is my pleasure to say hello to the king himself, Harlem. Dapper Dan is in the building. We love you, King. Thank you for being here. Everybody in this space tonight, the Nasty C, let's keep running it up.